Hi everybody, this is Chris from Stylharmony. Thank you for joining me. Today's video is going to be about making bows. So I've got a few bows here, and you probably know that you have different ways of making bows and measuring. You could also use this envelope punch board. This is from Memory Keepers. You've got exactly the same with Stampin' Up. It's just the name that changes, but you use them the same way. But what I'm going to show you today is how to make your bows without measuring anything, without having to buy specific items or anything. You will just need paper, scissors or trimmer, and hot glue or anything that can glue your paper together. I use hot glue because I am using here in some of my examples heavy cardstock, and it's easier for me to glue it down with hot glue. But use whatever you have, double-sided tape, that will be fine too. And I wanted to show you this one too, because call me crazy, but if you saw my videos, my previous videos, I've done a few of them on the theme of fall, autumn. I had all these big leaves here. These artificial leaves that I use in many decorations or card making and things like that. And it was lying on my desk, and I said, I can make bows with anything without measuring. I'm going to do it with one of these artificial leaves. And this is exactly what I've done, and I decided to make a bow with this same leaf. So there it is. I just used one leaf, if I can remember right, or maybe two leaves, but I just use here the bigger part of it. I cut it this way, and I probably used maybe 2 pieces of this leaf to make the whole knot. Look at that. And my embellishments that I did out of hot glue, this is also a video I made previously. Go and check it out. It's a nice one and really, really cheap to do. So you can make bows with everything. Just use your scraps. That's what I'm going to show you here without measuring. You won't even need a ruler, except if you are very, very, very precise or really want to make things perfect. But I'm going to show you this right now. So first, I am going to cut out a piece of paper, let's say this one here. Okay, that's probably not the heaviest one. I am maybe going to use my my trimmer here just to make it straight, and am not going to measure. Let's see how big it is. Okay, that's fine. I like this size. So I'm not measuring. I am just going to now fold it in half. I'm going to zoom in because I really want you to see what I'm doing. I'm just folding it in half. You don't have to completely fold it, but just put it in half. And then here, what you're going to do is kind of round this piece here until towards the fold here. So I eyeball it. I'm doing this. I turn it over. I kind of start at the same place, but really eyeball it. You don't need to be very fancy. And you're going to do the same thing here. You're going to eyeball it, go towards the center, eyeball it, goes to the center. Okay? Then what you should do, because it's easier, especially if it's heavy cardstock, is you want to put it in shape, like cut a little bit the fibers. If it's heavy paper, you know, heavy paper, it's going to be very useful. So now what I'm going to do is just take my glue here, put some in the middle, and I'm going to join, maybe not perfectly in the middle, but if there's a gap here, I don't really care. Let me put it here. If there's a gap, I don't mind, because that's the back of my bow. I'm going to get a little closer. Okay, I hope it's stuck well. That's fine. That's my first piece. Now I am going to take another piece of my scrap paper, and again, I'm not going to measure if it's exactly the same length or not, just, you know, approximately like that. This is very useful, especially if you're in a hurry, you're making a present for somebody, and you don't have time to measure everything. So now what I'm going to do is kind of eyeball how I want my little tails to be. So if you want them to be about that big, I'm just going to cut it here. That's good. I'm going to do the same thing, fold it again. And I hope I was not off. I'm going to do it this way, this way, and here what I'm going to do is just trim a little piece there, and because that's the way I like to have my tails, and that's it. Now a little dab of glue here, the back of my bow here, and I'm going fairly quickly. I should wait a little bit. And there you have it. You've got your bow. If you want to put something nice in the middle, use this crap piece of paper here. I'm just going to cut it. Again, eyeball it. I'm going to put some glue there, all the way till the end. Oops. There I go. Center it. Go back here and make it touch here. And you've got your bow. Just as simple as that. And I didn't have to measure anything, and it was made in, maybe not in seconds, but in minutes. So let me show you another time. And whatever the size it may be, I'm going to try to do one here. This one is really small, so I'm not even going to use my trimmer. I'm just going to try to eyeball it like this, and I'm really not good at cutting. So I'm going to do it that way, and I'm going to do it another piece for the tail. Let's make it this way, okay? So I'm going to do it again. Fold. Here you're going to round it towards the fold. Okay, here we're going to do the same thing. And really, when you start doing this, you could help yourself if you want to be exact the same way. You could always put your other piece of paper, but you're not going to see anything. But you want to match it perfectly, you could do it like this, okay? That would match perfectly. And for this one, which is going to be the tail, snip it in the middle. Here, there, and I'm going to make it slightly different. On this example here, I've got the tails going exactly on the opposite sides. Now I want to make the tails going downwards a little bit. So what I'm going to do here, I am just going to fold my paper until I like how it looks. And I think the tails going this way might look nice. So now I'm just going to put a little dab of glue here. Put it there. I'm going to hold it a few seconds to make sure it's going to really bond. Now it's good. Here I'm going to go back to my bow, put it in shape a little bit, and you can use whatever you want. I'm using just an X-Acto knife here, but that's exactly the same thing. You could do it with a pen or whatnot. Little dab glue here. I'm leaving just a tiny little gap because it works better for me when I do that. Hold it in place just for the glue to stick. Hope it's fine. I've got my bow, I've got my tails, and again a little bit of glue here. And I am done with my bow. Maybe you should have gone a little, I couldn't see very well, I'm sorry. I'm just going to trim this, and my bow is done. Whoops. It was done. I'm going a little bit too quickly. I tend to make long videos, so I thought that for once I was going to show you something a little quicker. But that's it. You've got a nice little tail here. If you want to make it thinner, you think it's a bit big, can always come and trim it. And again, I went very fast, but you can make a bow in seconds like this. What am I going to use here? And you could use all kinds of embellishments to put in the middle. I would prefer maybe a little pinkish one here. I could put a little heart. It's maybe a little big, but it's just for the purpose of the video. And there you have it. You don't always have to put something here like this. You can change for something different. So there you go. You can make your bows in. Please, I hope this video was helpful to you. If it's the case, give me some thumbs up. Subscribe, of course, and share. Sharing is caring. So thank you very much and see you soon. Bye-bye.